All right, what up, guys? Mm, take some of this ghost ghost energy, dude. I actually like take drinking this, then bang. So, anyways, I want to hop into here and talk about some economic news. Economic news, bro. So I'm on WSJ.com, which is the Wall Street Journal, on their economy tab. And I want to just hop in here and talk about some insights here. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this first paragraph. U.S. business activity fell more deeply into contraction territory in October, according to a survey of purchasing managers released Monday. A sharp slowdown in services activity, the biggest driver of the world's largest economy, led the decline in S&P Global's U.S. Composite Output Index, which is kind of weird because on Friday morning, like early Friday morning, the U.S. dollar was up. And then right at around like before lunchtime, I want to say like before noon, the dollar fell so hard and all the indices went up. So S&P 500 went up, NASDAQ went up, Wall Street went up, which is US 30. They all closed out positive with a little bit over like 2% gain for each of those indices. So dollar was heavily weighed down by the end of Friday, closing for the foreign exchange market. So this was just updated not even 20 minutes ago. I'm just trying to read in through here. European business activity fell again in October. Yeah, it's not surprising. Europe is grappling with the fallout from Russia's decision to throttle energy supplies in response to sanctions over the war in Ukraine. That's going to be ongoing. China has been doing their lockdown, right? So let's talk about this right here. China's economy rebounded in 3 months through September as factory output rose. Yeah, because of the easing COVID-19 lockdowns. However, the world's second largest economy faces slowing growth, export growth, softening consumer demand, and downturn in the housing market. Oh yeah, I heard Canada's housing market is up there too. So I saw that on a different news here. Want to be able to, let's see here. Yep. European Central Bank has their rate decision this Thursday, which is right here. The ECB is expected to raise its key interest rate to 1.5 from the 0.75%. It is supposed to be released this Thursday morning, early Thursday morning, at around 6 a.m. My time here in Chicago time, Central Time. So it'd be 7 a.m. for you guys out in the East Coast of New York. The Federal Reserve in the United States, they plan on raising rates by 75 basis points next Wednesday, and that's when the Fed meeting starts. Well, it starts on Tuesday, but the actual rate decisions is set for Wednesday. So it's going to be a really volatile week because next week is the first week of November. And also, it's going to be non-farm payroll as well on Friday. So it is going to be a really crazy, volatile market. Probably one of the best weeks that I'm looking forward to because I like it when it's really volatile because you can make a lot of money. Yes, you can lose a lot of money, but the most important thing is scalp the markets, right? And undergo into a really tight approach on where you want to scalp the markets versus saying, hey, I'm going to swing these trades for the whole week or the whole day. Not happening. So recommend scalping for sure. And also scalping in a lower risk settlement versus a higher risk. Okay. Never know what's going to happen. I want to come into here. I'll start. Oh, let's talk about this. A mild start to the winter heating season and high storage levels have boosted hopes that Europe can make it through the winter without rationing and has pushed natural gas prices down below 130 euros a megawatt hour, about the same in US dollars from a peak of close to 350 euros in late August. Interesting. Let's talk about this. We'll talk about the last paragraph here. The Eurozone economy has been hit hard by the fall from Russia's February invasion of Ukraine, as higher energy and food prices have weakened household spending power and threatened profit margins. The largest military conflict on the continent in almost 8 decades has also hit household and business confidence. Right. Behind all that, I mean, you got to think about the amount of sanctions that United States have done, the amount of sanctions that Europe has done, and then on top of that, Russia does their own retaliation along with the war in Ukraine. So it's like a never-ending process, right? It's a never-ending loop of sanctions. Yes, the war is still going on with Ukraine, with Russia and Ukraine, but nobody's giving up on anything, and that's problem. And that's the hard part is that none of the political leaders want to give up their power. This is what I can say. The authority to make things better, right? And if this is the way of doing it, for this whole world, this whole global economy, there's gonna be very big destruction going on, right? Destructive. Not a really positive insight on this at all because it just hurts everybody. It doesn't just hurt one country; it hurts every single country out there. I want to talk about investing.com. I like investing.com as well. I don't normally go on to Wall Street Journal, but there's just been a lot of stuff being published on Wall Street Journal. And then just go into the economy tab. Can't go wrong with that. I know I don't really care. I'm looking at anything else. All about economics right now. Because what's going to be the big driving factor for the economies for every single country, right? So this was updated. No, let's do this. 17 minutes ago. U.S. charges 2 Chinese defendants with trying to obstruct telecom. They've been really hyped up on this telecommunications, and the whole telecommunications industry has been on this huge uphill battle, along with the chips, the processing chips too. That's why there was that Chip Act that they. So it's pretty crazy with the telecommunications. Let's see here. Charged 2 Chinese nationals with trying to obstruct the prosecution in the Chinese global communication company to file in a federal court in Brooklyn. I don't get it. And since 2021, recruit $4,600. What does that have to do with this? And about the, I'm just reading all this. I'm just skimming through this. Okay, so what does this have to do with? Okay, I'm not worried about that. Anyways, I thought it was something pretty important here, but let's go to here. U.S. stock index were mixed in morning trading on Monday. Yes, they were. They retraced back down last night, and then now they're trying to regain strength. They are all positive because how do you know? Look at all this, it's all green. All this is green. They're up. So all the indices are up. Wall Street's up. S&P 500's up. Nasdaq's up. The dollar is even up too. Not so much, but I mean the dollar is up. I'll give that. Usually the dollar is inverse, like reversal of these indices, and very rare do they ever go up with each other. That's all I'm saying. So I want to be able to. Can we clear this? Yes. Let's see here. I'm just trying to. Yes, thanks for telling me. U.S. Treasury yields slipped after report coming off a 15-year high of 4.34% on Friday. Yep. Let me just read this. Who said this? We think that the Fed meeting in November could be a positive inflection because it will indicate at least some members are rethinking their ultra hawkish stance. Jay Hatfield, he's the CEO of Infrastructure Capital Management. So a lot of high-end high-end investors have been trying to get the Fed to really struck down on their interest rates by saying, hey, you need to stop raising rates because otherwise, something's going to happen, right? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of it's a tipping point, and I don't know if the Fed would listen to anybody in any recommendation. And so I seriously think, to be honest, that they're just gonna keep jacking up these rates until something has to give. That's the easy way I can say it. And then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, let's drop the rates back down." You know. So I don't think the rates are even done going up. To be honest, they're raising rates they're raising rates on November 2nd, and then they're gonna raise rates again for December 14th or December 13th, whatever it is. So, but the December rate rate increase is about 0.5, so 50 basis points. So I'm not for sure if they plan to do something at the end of the year after that. Um, I mean, I don't know if that goal is met, because their goal is to fight inflation. Had nothing to do with helping the economy. I'm just saying right now, their goal is to just fight inflation. That's their main goal, anyways. It's never their goal is not to say, "Hey, we're gonna help revive everybody in the economy." That's not their goal. Okay, if you simply look at the main focus is we need to get inflation down to 2%. I don't know how that 2% is going to work. Uh, Clearly, it's never worked in the past. That's my opinion. And so, but we'll see how high the rate increase is going to be for the Federal Reserve here. So when they plan on doing this, let's see what else I can talk about. Let's go Forex Factory. Forex Factory, let's go, baby. Oh, what's this? The Fed's trading scandal broadens into a scandal with the mega banks it regulates. What is this? Broke the news that president of the St. Louis Federal Fed, James Bullard, gave a private invitation only briefing on October 14th to clients of Citigroup, a Wall Street mega bank that is supervised by the Fed and which received the largest bailout from the Fed from 2007 to 2010 in the global banking history. Okay. A cumulative sum of $2.5 trillion in secret loans, according to a government audit. So noted in her Similac. Oh, okay. Smilac. I don't know. Noted in her article, about 4 people attended the event, which had a formal agenda and was advised to city clients. Don't know. I mean, I don't know about this. I don't know how credible this source is, but Wall Street Parade, Wall Street on Parade.com. Oh, I mean, if it was actually, oh, stream. Nice. I like that. I like that when you click stream on it. What else I can look in here? I actually been paying attention to what has happened with the pound too. If you guys don't know, Britain's third prime minister in 7 weeks will face the huge challenge of projecting stability. Well, yeah, because Truss resigned. Truss resigned. Nothing was even worked on, and she said basically, "F it, I'm out of this office because you guys don't want to work out the situation." I'm just being honest here. The UK is I don't know what to say. I don't know really. I just said my prayers go out there. You know, it's like I said, I'm obviously the prayers go out to everybody, but UK is pretty much might be under the fire at this point. It is pretty tough to see what has happened to the UK so far. And then right behind that is Europe. So I don't know. Like I said, a lot of stuff is like coming out of the waters. That's the easy way I can say it. And so I'm not saying it's a whole conspiracy thing. I mean, you can already see it coming. I mean, countries are being devastated every day because the banks are not doing anything productive and proactive. That's the two words I'm saying now. The banks are not doing anything productive or proactive, and also the political leaders aren't doing their jobs on making things even better, or the necessary steps, taking affirmative actions on, hey, saying, hey, this might be a really huge, global, not just one nation taking a hit. All nations will be taking an effect here once one country falls. And it's sad to say it, there's a lot of power involved. There's a lot of authority involved. There's a lot of positions that are involved in the leadership positions, and you got to be well prepared. As the easiest way I can say, you got to be well prepared financially and mentally, spiritually. Keep praying. I'm gonna keep praying for you guys. Like I said, just be prepared. I'm not saying we have an apocalypse coming or the world's about to end or something. All I'm saying is that we're in a crucial time where when it's gonna hit, it's gonna hit hard, and it's gonna devastate everybody, from the top to the bottom, right? And so I don't know how big this recession is going to be. A lot of people are talking about the depression and the Great Reset, or we might not even have anything anymore once it hits this tipping point, right? The ticking time bomb is about to explode. So I don't really know. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I don't really know. A lot of people a lot of YouTubers are talking about, hey, be well prepared. When the time comes, and I am taking that word for it, is to be well prepared, right, financially and mentally. But also, you know, who knows when it's going to happen, right? And if it doesn't happen, great. If it does, then I can say, hey, I was prepared for it. So you never know, right? Always be prepared for the worst. Like I said, be prepared for the worst and pray for the best. Hope for the best, right? So it's just updating here from what I see. Like I said, you know, can talk all day about a recession, right? Can talk all day about what's gonna happen with the markets, right? And so I like to keep myself up to date with the news I've been keeping up to date almost every hour on the hour as much as I can. Even before I go to sleep, I try to keep up with the news, especially the economic news, the fundamentals of what's going to happen with the economy. And so that's my take on it. I don't really care who's going to be president in 2 years or what the midterms are coming up. I don't really care for that political stuff. That's not my thing. You know, yes, political power does have some big ties with the banking system. Yes, understand that part, but on that, I mean, we don't have any control over that. That's the easy way I can say. We don't have any control over the banking system. We don't have any control over, the government, right? So just do you, keep doing you, right? And the only thing you can't control is yourself. That's the biggest thing. Control yourself. Be self-aware, right? Do your due diligence, but don't fall for any stupid stuff. All right, guys? Peace out. See you guys next time.